The man who stopped explaining himself. Nathan had spent most of his life explaining himself, not because he had done anything wrong, because somewhere along the way, he had learned that peace needed proof. If he was tired, he explained why. If he said no, he explained why. If he needed space, he explained why. If someone misunderstood him, he would open his phone, start typing, and build a small case for his own innocence. He did not think of it as fear. He thought of it as being clear. But the truth was simpler. Nathan had been trying to make himself easy to approve of. He was 39 years old and lived alone in a small apartment near the train line. The place was quiet in the early morning. A narrow kitchen, a wooden table, one lamp by the window, a stack of unread mail near the door. Outside, the city was wet from overnight rain. Cars moved slowly through the blue morning. A bus hissed at the curb. Someone downstairs dragged a trash bin across the pavement. Nathan sat at the kitchen table with a mug of tea cooling beside his hand. His phone lit up. It was a message from Marcus, a senior colleague at work. The regional file was missing context yesterday. We need to be more careful with handoffs. Nathan stared at the screen. He knew exactly what the message meant. It was not a question. It was not a request. It was a quiet accusation, dressed as a process note. His body reacted before his mind did. His shoulders tightened. His thumb opened the reply box. Words came quickly. I sent the updated numbers at 4:12. The finance team delayed the final sheet. I also mentioned this in the Tuesday meeting. I can resend everything. He looked at what he had written. It was polite, detailed, reasonable, almost apologetic, a perfect little defense. Then he noticed something. He was sitting alone in his own kitchen, before 7 in the morning, defending himself to someone who had not even asked a real question. The tea kept cooling. The phone waited. Nathan held his thumb over the send button. Then he deleted the entire message. One sentence, then another, then the whole thing. The box became empty again. For a few seconds, he did nothing. Then he typed, I'll send the final version before 10. That was all. No history, no apology, no effort to be understood by someone who was not trying to understand. He placed the phone face down on the table. The apartment felt different after that. Not easier, just quieter. On the bus to work, Nathan stood near the back doors and watched rain slide down the glass. A woman beside him spoke into her phone with tired patience. A child in a red jacket pressed both hands against the window. Someone's headphones leaked a soft, tinny beat into the air. Nathan used to like bus rides because nobody needed anything from him there. But even then, his mind would work. He would replay conversations, rewrite texts. Imagine what someone must think of him. Prepare explanations for questions nobody had asked yet. For years, his mind had been a courtroom. He was always the defendant, always the witness, always the lawyer, trying to prove he was not selfish, not careless, not cold, not difficult, not too much, not too little. The bus turned hard, and Nathan caught the pole with one hand. He remembered being 26 and telling a friend he did not want to go out one Friday night. Instead of saying, I'm staying home, he had written a long message about work, sleep, money, stress, and how much he still valued the friendship. The friend had replied with one word, okay. Nathan had carried the shame of that okay for days. He had thought the explanation failed. Now, 13 years later, standing on a wet bus with tired strangers, he wondered if the explanation had never been needed at all. At the office, the lights were already too bright. The building smelled like burnt coffee and printer heat. People moved through the halls with laptops open, as if being busy needed to be visible. Nathan took off his coat, sat at his desk, and opened the regional file. The numbers were there. The timestamps were there. The missing context had been added the night before. At 9:40, Marcus appeared near Nathan's desk. Not directly. Marcus never started directly when he wanted to shift pressure. He leaned against the divider between two workstations and spoke just loud enough for the nearby team to hear. "About yesterday," he said. "We had to slow the whole review because your part came in unclear." Nathan felt the old instinct rise. Fast, hot, automatic. He wanted to explain the timeline. He wanted to pull up the emails. He wanted everyone nearby to know he had not been careless. 3 people kept typing, but their attention had moved. Nathan could feel it. The room was waiting for his defense. Marcus looked almost relaxed. That was what finally made Nathan pause. Marcus was not confused. He was not asking for clarity. He was inviting Nathan into a performance, and Nathan had performed this role many times. The calm one, the reasonable one, the one who explained carefully while someone else used his carefulness as proof that he was nervous. Nathan looked at his screen. Then he looked at Marcus. "The final version is ready," Nathan said. "It has the updated numbers and the notes from finance." Marcus blinked. "That's not really what I'm saying." Nathan nodded once. "I understand." Then he turned back to his keyboard. The silence was small, but it had weight. Marcus waited for more. Nathan did not give more. He attached the file, sent it to the team, and continued working. His heart was beating harder than he wanted to admit. Nothing about it felt easy. But underneath the discomfort, something else appeared. A thin line of steadiness, like a door inside him had closed gently. Not against the world, for himself. Later that morning, Nathan passed Marcus near the printer. Marcus gave a short laugh. "You're quiet today." Nathan picked up his pages. "I'm trying to be accurate." Marcus smiled in a way that wanted to become a challenge. Nathan let it pass. He had spent too many years answering tones instead of words. At 1 o'clock, Nathan walked to a small cafe near the station. It smelled like toasted bread and wet coats. The windows fogged near the corners. A small lamp sat near the register, throwing warm light against the wall. Nathan ordered coffee and sat by the window. His phone vibrated. It was his sister. "Mom is upset you're not coming this weekend. She thinks you're avoiding everyone again. You know how she gets. It's just dinner." Nathan read the message once, then again. There it was, the family script. Nobody in his family shouted much. They did not need to. They had perfected the quieter method. A sentence that looked concerned but carried blame. A request that arrived already wrapped in guilt. A disappointment that expected him to repair it. Nathan loved his family. That made it harder. He was not trying to punish anyone. He was not trying to disappear. He was just tired. For the last 6 weekends, he had either worked late, helped his mother with errands, answered calls from his sister, or driven across town to fix something that could have waited. This weekend, he needed silence. Real silence. Not the kind where nobody speaks. The kind where his body finally stops preparing for the next demand. Nathan opened the reply box. His first sentence appeared quickly. "I'm not avoiding anyone. I've just had a really heavy few weeks and I need some time to catch up on rest and..." He stopped. The sentence looked familiar. He had written versions of it for years. He could already see the next reply. "Everyone is tired, Nathan. Mom is getting older. We're not asking for much." The explanation would become another room he had to escape from. Nathan deleted the message. He waited. The cafe door opened and cold air moved across the floor. The rain tapped against the window in small, uneven beats. Nathan typed, "I can't make it this weekend." Then he added, "I'll call her tomorrow." He looked at the message. It was clear. It was kind. It did not kneel. He sent it. For almost 1 full minute, guilt moved through him like weather. He did not fight it. He let it be there. Guilt was not always a sign that he had done something wrong. Sometimes it was just the old shape of obedience leaving the body. His sister replied 8 minutes later. Okay. No heart, no warmth, no question. Just okay. Nathan watched the words sit on the screen. Years ago, that would have opened a wound. He would have rushed back in. "Are you upset? I hope you understand. I really do care. It's just been hard lately." This time, he placed the phone beside his coffee and looked out the window. The okay stayed an okay. It did not become an emergency. By early evening, the city had turned dark and reflective. Nathan stopped at a pharmacy near the bus terminal to buy vitamins and a bottle of cough syrup for his neighbor, Mrs. Alvarado, who had left him a note under the door that morning. The line was long. Everyone looked tired in the same way. A student in a soaked hoodie, a man holding flowers and cold medicine, a woman with a sleeping child against her shoulder, an older cashier moving as fast as she could while trying not to look rushed. Nathan stood near the end of the line, holding 2 items in one hand. A man in a black jacket walked in, glanced at the line, and stepped directly in front of Nathan. It was not subtle. He did not look confused. He did not apologize. He simply placed himself there, as if the world would rearrange around his certainty. Nathan felt the familiar discomfort. He hated moments like this, not because he was afraid of conflict exactly, because conflict always made him want to over-soften himself. In the past, he would have said, "Sorry, I think the line might start back there. Sorry, I was actually waiting. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Sorry, sorry, sorry." Apologizing for asking reality to remain reality. The woman behind Nathan made a small sound of frustration. The man in front did not move. Nathan looked at him. Then he said calmly, "The line starts behind me." The man turned. "What?" Nathan's voice stayed even. "The line starts behind me." No smile, no sharpness, no extra explanation. The man stared at him, looking for something to push against. Nathan gave him nothing. Not fear, not anger, not apology, just a fact. For a second, the air around them tightened. Then the man looked away, muttered under his breath, and walked to the back. The woman behind Nathan whispered, "Thank you." Nathan nodded. Outside, he stood under the pharmacy awning and watched the rain return. He was beginning to understand something. A boundary did not need a speech to be real. Sometimes one calm sentence was enough. Sometimes the extra words were not kindness. Sometimes they were fear dressed as manners. At 7:30, Nathan met David at a diner on the east side. David was an old friend from university. They had not seen each other in 4 years, though David still sent messages that sounded friendly on the surface and competitive underneath. The diner was warm and dim. Amber lights, brown vinyl seats, rain-dark windows, the quiet clatter of plates from the kitchen. Nathan arrived first and chose a booth near the back. David came in wearing a wool coat and the expression of someone already evaluating the room. They shook hands, ordered food, talked about ordinary things: work, rent, weather, people they used to know. For a while, it was fine. Then David leaned back and smiled. "So you're still in that apartment?" Nathan looked up from his glass of water. "Yes." "Still renting?" "Yes." David gave a small laugh. "Man, I don't know how you do it. Small place, no real space, all that city noise. At some point, you have to stop pretending that's freedom." There it was. Not curiosity, a verdict. Nathan felt the old machinery start. He could explain the location, the savings, the short commute, the way the apartment felt peaceful at night, the fact that he did not want David's version of success. The words formed. They were ready. Good words, true words, defensible words. Nathan looked at David and saw very clearly that none of them would matter. David did not need information. He needed Nathan's life to look smaller so his own choices could feel safer. That realization did not make Nathan angry. It made him tired, then strangely free. "It is small," Nathan said. David smiled a little, expecting the defense to follow. Nathan picked up his glass. "But it works for me." David waited. Nathan took a sip of water. No defense came. The moment stretched. David looked toward the window, then back at Nathan. "Well, if you're happy." Nathan nodded. "I am." 2 words, no story attached, no proof, no tour of his private reasons, no attempt to make David respect something David had already decided to reduce. After dinner, Nathan walked home alone. The rain had slowed to a mist. Streetlights reflected on the pavement in long gold lines. His phone buzzed once, then again. He did not check it immediately. That was new. For most of his life, every vibration had felt like a summons. Answer, clarify, repair, prove, soften, explain. Tonight, the sound stayed small, just a sound. When he reached his building, Mrs. Alvarado's door was slightly open. He placed the pharmacy bag on the handle and knocked softly. She opened the door wearing a thick cardigan. "Oh, Nathan, you didn't have to." "I was already there," he said. She looked at the bag, then at him. "You're a good man." Nathan almost said something to shrink the compliment. "It's nothing. It was easy. Anyone would have done it." But he stopped himself. "Thank you," he said. That was all. Inside his apartment, Nathan turned on the small lamp by the window. The room was quiet, not impressive, not large, but it held his life gently. Only then did he check his phone. His sister had written again. "Mom says she understands. She's disappointed, but she understands." Nathan read the message. He waited for the old pull, the need to fix the disappointment, the need to make understanding feel warmer, the need to keep explaining until nobody had any uncomfortable feeling left. But that was not his job. His mother was allowed to be disappointed. His sister was allowed to be brief. David was allowed to think his apartment was small. Marcus was allowed to pretend the morning had gone differently. A stranger was allowed to dislike being corrected. None of those things required Nathan to abandon himself. The city outside his window moved in blue and gold. For the first time in a long time, his mind did not rehearse. It did not prepare tomorrow's defenses. It did not repair today's silence. It did not turn every moment into evidence. It simply rested. This was not the same as becoming cold. Nathan had not stopped caring. He still cared deeply. That was why he had to stop explaining so much. Because every time he handed his peace to someone else for approval, he made his own life harder to live inside. Dignity did not always sound powerful. Sometimes it sounded like, "I can't make it this weekend." The line starts behind me. It works for me. Thank you. Small sentences, clean sentences, sentences that did not beg to be loved. Before bed, Nathan stood by the window and looked down at the wet street. The world had not become softer just because Nathan had spoken less, but he had. Not softer like weak, softer like unguarded stone after rain. Still solid, still there, no longer trying to explain why it had the right to exist. He turned off the lamp. The room went dark slowly. And somewhere inside the quiet, Nathan understood. A peaceful life does not need to be defended to everyone who questions it. Some people will understand you. Some people will not. But the moment you stop turning yourself into an argument, you begin to come home to yourself. Not loudly, not dramatically, one calm sentence at a time,